Why, hello there, everyone. Yours truly here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Muck About with the Kerbal Space Program. Last episode, Mirdolin somehow survived another catastrophic failure. I don't know how the hell she keeps doing it, but I'm okay with this. And in this episode, we have enough science to do a little bit of research, so let's get into that. So let's see. General rocketry. What do we get? We get a slightly shittier engine, but on the bright side, it does allow us to, I believe, mess with movement a little more easily, so it's actually nice. And we get this huge fuck off rocket booster and an even bigger fuel tank, which will be quite needed, especially since we will eventually need to go into those fields anyway. And let us also get in here survivabilities because it gets us a heat shield, which can be of use, especially considering how thick the atmosphere is. And the struts will be useful once we land on the Mun or other planetary bodies if I can ever make it there. And the parachutes will most be needed of all. Mainly because, Jesus, that's going to be so great. Because I can actually get even more science. How, you ask? Because we are going to build a new rocket. It is going to be a glorious, glorious machine. We'll start off with the only command pod we have. We're going to add the structural decoupler. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Because, since we have extra parachutes, guess what? I believe we can get away with putting the Science Junior on there now. And to make sure that something doesn't explode, where's that heat shield? Doesn't matter, I'll just put the parachute on early. Where are you, heat shield? Heat shield, is it no, it's not in structural. It's not in command and control, it's not in oh, it is in aerodynamics. Why? Gonna put the heat shield there. It's probably made of cork. And let us attach more science to this, because you can never get too much science. Well, actually, you can. You can science yourself out. And this will definitely fuck with the rotation of the ship, I think. But it doesn't matter. We got extra science. Nice. And now let us use not the engines, let's use these larger fuel tanks. After I remember to add where's the decoupler? There it is. After I remember that, because that's kind of important. It'd be kind of a bad idea to not have a decoupler there. As in a very terrible, horrid idea, and as in the ship would explode violently. Let's make this a pretty big rocket. Why? I don't know. I just feel like it. And with that, let's add the engine, which I just skimmed past because I'm a potato. And let's use this. It's a shittier engine, but it does allow us to kind of, like, rotate better from what I read. So, it is an improvement. And let's, down here, not just put one. We're going to need... Yeah, let's put 4. Why? Because I'm going to try those new huge fucking boosters. And I'll need them down here. Oh yeah, that looks like a really terrible idea. I love it. Alright, now let's add some fins to control this son of a bitch when those go bye-bye. It's a little close, but worst comes to worst, I should only lose like half the ship. Oh, and speaking of safety, now that I've thought of it, let us get these radial mounted parachutes. We don't need that many. We only need like 4? I don't think we need 4. 3, you know what, just in case. Just in case, like, multiple fail, it's always a good idea to have, like, more than one. So, but not there, because the bay opens weirdly, so probably not a good idea. Let's just put one back here. And let's put another one back here. And finally, let's put another back here. There we are. That looks pretty good, I think. It doesn't look that terrible. So with that in mind, let us call this... it's not quite the fucking, but it is pretty horrible. But it's kind of more like a whirligig model. You know what, I'm gonna call it the Whiz Bang. Because I expect this to just explode violently. There we go. I think that's a pretty reasonable name. I took a mystery goo container off. You stupid game. Although it was probably more my fault because I was clicking there like a potato. Alright, let's come up with a neat description. More bang equals more thrust. At least that's what... Wait, I think. I don't know. I'm a dropout. Which is not true in real life, guys. There we are. Let us save this horrifying model. I like it. Let us staff it, not with Bob, although he is a scientist. We'll need a scientist later. We are going to get Berwig to pilot it. So that I don't lose Mirdolin, because knowing my luck, this thing will do very poorly. As in, I expect catastrophic failure, especially when I see a strut there. Come on, let me get back into parts so I can get rid of that. Did it shift it back over? No? Oh, cool. Let's launch. Alright. I have no idea how this will fly. I just expect it to go very poorly. Hence, why I'll keep SAS on, if I can. There we are. Good. Let us, we don't really need to... Oh yeah, I probably should have affected staging. Oh no, that actually staged pretty good. That would have been a bit embarrassing if it didn't do the staging right. So, let's start. Let's see how these go. Well, good news, Berwig. Oh no. What? Oh, fuck. 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 Why are you doing this? Why? Oh no. Oh no. Fuck it. Escape! That was way too much thrust for it to handle, I think. There's the main body. Well, on the bright side... Come on, explode. Explode, you son of a bitch. Yeah! Good news, Berwig, you survived. Bad news is you didn't even make it up a kilometer in the air. Which, to me, gives me the idea that this thing needs some revisioning. I'm thinking it's the solid fuel, that did it. I'm thinking that's why, plus my control surfaces were a little too, far up. That probably really fucked with the control. And, let's speed up. Come on. Oh, shit. Oh, they're gonna, go harmlessly over there. Let's reorient you a little bit. Come on. Can I get you above that? Kind of want you to land on your not side. You're gonna land on your side. And there goes the rocketry parts. Alright, let's see if we can get any stuff from the mystery goo. The goo seems bored. Oh well. Let us use the material bay too, since we actually can use it. Alright, the materials show little signs of change, although one of them is judging me silently. And let us do an EVA. I think I killed Berwig. Yeah, I killed him. I killed him. I'm a fucking idiot. He's dead. He's fucking dead. Let's just recover the science from his carcass. Well, on the bright side, Berwig's not death, because he died he died of a heart attack. He didn't see anything. Because of that, we can actually research something else. So we can get a new rocket engine, which is lighter, although its thrust is a little crappier. That's something you would probably use in space. The Thud, which looks like a tinier rocket. I'm assuming this helps you get higher. A bigger fuel tank, which could be of use. What else can we get? Crew cabin, strut connectors, structural fuselage, decouplers, adapters. That could be of use, maybe. That launch stability enhancer would be definitely useful. I can go into actual planes, which I might do. Flight control would very, very much help. I'm not joking. Hey, basic science. This would be definitely useful. I can get more science for my bucks. You know what? I'm gonna go with AV. No. Yes, I'm gonna go with science because science is more important than aviation for now. Because then I can get aviation next. So, I'm assuming that the Whizbang Mark 1, which lived up to its name, let's see what the issue was. The center of lift was what fucked me. Understood. Let's just try the base rocket. Something like this. Because I believe your center of lift has to be below your center of mass, or else it will do what it just did. And I just realized we can do probes. You know? That's not a bad idea. I'll do a space probe later. And just because I do want to have... Nah, it'll just be the actual engine, I think. Although it does mean that I can actually get more science, so let's see. That's a communication satellite. I would need to put in a battery for it. I don't really feel like that. I'm just going to put in a... Oh, come on. How do I zoom? Why is it so zoomed out? There we go. Still don't quite know how to zoom in very quickly, but this works. Actually, I don't know, it zoomed in pretty good. Let us put in the thermometer somewhere. Where would I put the thermometer? I don't need that many fucking thermometers. I only need like one. I'll put it on the side. There we go. More science! So anyway, Berwig's dead. So let us get... let's get Mirdolin. You're lucky. And she really is lucky. This will be Whizbang Mark 2. And then go for this model. Center of lift probably should be below center of mass. Alright, and let's save this particular model. And with that, let's launch. Hopefully to get into space. But if not, well, worst comes to worst, you know. I can just get some interesting science going. Alright, let's try this again. Don't worry, Mirdolin. I have multiple parachutes. You should be fine, as long as I don't have you do an EVA. Which, oh shit. Yeah, I'm gonna need to thrust hard. Can I lower my thrust a bit? Yep. So I needed to, because it's heavy, what happened is, because it's so heavy, you need to put in a little more thrust to keep it going. So now I think I have it set. Let's get some mystery goo observation here. And we're getting almost no data because, you know, it's Kerbin. Let's keep the data, and let's try to orient our rocket a little bit. Just a little bit, though. Let's turn off the SAS and, something like that, I guess. Alright, let's see what the ApoAps is right now. Not that high. Is it actually lowering? No, it's still rising, that's good. And the higher it goes, the easier it is, because you have to fight with the atmosphere pretty hard. Well, looks like we'll be landing somewhere over Kerbin's oceans. I wonder if I can lower my thrust a bit. Probably. Actually, I'm not even sure if we'll make it into space. This thing might be too fucking heavy. Come on, make it into space. Yep, we did it. We did it. We did it. Yay, lo hicimos. We did it. Come on. Let's do a wider arc. I could possibly make a suborbital with this thing, but not with the amount of fuel that we got, so I'm just gonna burn until we're out. And we can just separate that. So where are we gonna land? Looks like we're going to be landing in Kerbal's Highlands. That's actually a decent parabolic arc, too. Hey, Mirdolin, guess what? You made it into space again. You made it into space! Let us get some mystery goo observation. Keep that. We got one full science from that. And since we're in space, let us observe the materials bay. Microgravity has greatly affected the growth of crystalline structures. Loose objects are also flying around the bay in a very messy but fascinating way. We just created art! We're fucking geniuses. I think if you're a scientist, you can actually get more science out of it, but, well, the only scientist I have is Bob right now. And, you know what? Since this will be the only time you're allowed out of the ship, EVA report, keep data, and then just go back inside. You can go back inside now. We got no science out of that, so whatever. And we can just kind of speed up a little, not that fast. Alright, are we over a different biome? Why are you panicking, Mirdolin? Oh, because you remembered the last time! What's IVA? Let's not use IVA. I think that gets you in your room, and I don't know how to get out of that. Keep that data, and then board. We got more science. We got it over Kerbalian Highlands, which is great. We're fucking great. Wonder if I can get more mystery goo at this one. Let's see. Don't keep, reset experiment. We don't want to waste that. Alright, so we're doing pretty good. Hey, now you're happy. Sheesh, calm down, Mirdolin. It's almost like you don't trust me after all those Kerbals died. I don't blame you. Is it because I'm sped up, or is it because my... Oh, there we go. I'm assuming it was because I was sped up that I couldn't manipulate the thing. Alright. Let's just get you safely back into, you know, into the atmosphere. There we go. Don't worry, Mirdolin, you have an ablative heat shield, which should be of some use. I really do hope I don't lose these radial parachutes. That would just be a fucking nightmare. On the bright side, since I widened my trajectory, I mean, I'm still going in pretty shallow. What's the... Don't deploy the chutes quite yet. I want to see what the ablative heat shield does. It's not really doing much. Come on, slow down. Slow down, don't go into heat. Ugh, there we go. Come on. Come on, stop. There we go. Woo! That was a little risky. Let's get ya right back up, if we can. Come on. At the very least, let's get you oriented so that you're like this. Whee! Come on. Yeah, let's put you upside down. That's a great idea. It's because of my parachute design. Because the bay is in the front, I can't quite easily, you know, put it anywhere else. You know, since it's a while up, let's just speed up a little bit. Come on. Whee! Wow, that's a long descent. I was actually worried I was going to hit something, but I guess not. I was a little more concerned than I should be. But all in all, this was a pretty successful scientific experiment. Let's go back to speed 1 because higher speeds seem to completely mess with the trajectory of things. I can't even be mad at what I did with Berwig. That was hilarious. Climb out of the pod. Okay, squish. That was great. I learned my lesson. Besides, I already got a good EVA. It was worth 8 points. I probably have enough to get aviation, which means next time, as soon as this lands, we're going to be building airplanes. Like real people airplanes, not fucking death traps. Well, okay, they're still going to be utter death traps. But before we go, let's actually recruit some, talent, since this was a quite successful mission. Even the one where Berwick died was, I think, quite successful. All right, and with that, let's go back to the Space Center. That was a very successful suborbital flight. Not quite where I wanted to go. A lot of it has to do with the fact that it had a lot of weight. Let's go to the, center where you find people, and this is where the whirligig landed. Let us collect that. Come on. Oh yeah, you have to press the yellow. I'm silly. Mirdolin is clearly our Yuri Gagarin, and I'm very pleased. She has won another Order of Lenin because that is some delicious fucking science. Not quite enough to get us to Science 45, but up next I do plan on trying a suborbital flight to the polar region, or perhaps try to orient myself towards the desert if I can. Both of which are their own biomes, or perhaps even over the ocean, which would give us another biome reading. And there's other biomes that I'm probably forgetting about, so with that in mind, let us go recruit some scientists, and then I can sign off happily. Oh, it's like the late afternoon, I think. Alright, so let's quickly go into the recruitment center, and we're going to need a scientist, which, Jasef, you are very courageous. You are now part of our program. And actually, you know what? We're going to recruit an engineer. This engineer has to be brave, so Edmal, congratulations, you are now part of the Kerbal Space Program. Alright, and with that in mind, yours truly, signing off. Have a great day, everyone. This was rather successful, barring that one colossal fuck-up. Later.